start with all the materials that you require in of your acrylic painting. So the first material that is required are the paints. Now, the paints come in various forms that are available in the market: a student quality paint and a professional quality paint. So the student quality paint that you get consists of only very random, very limited number of colors, you can say, like only 6 color piece or only 12 color piece. Whereas in professional kit, you can get n number of colors and n number of variations with the colors. Which color is better to use, which color you should buy, which color you should start with, and that all we will be learning in our detailed session. So here what I'm showing you are 3 type of you can say material in which you get the colors. One are tube colors, other is the small jar of colors, and the third one is the big budget jar that you get. To start with, you can use with these small jar of colors so that you don't waste it also, because once these are open, and if you left it open by any chance, due to its plastic polymer quality and with the reaction with air, it dries up very quickly, and once it is dried up, it cannot be brought back to life. This is like the main risk that you have with the acrylic colors. So you have to work very fast with acrylic colors, because when they are dried up, they just become like a plastic. So if you will try to put water also in it, they are not going to work. They will just peel off, or they are just useless. Unlike watercolors or oil paints, because in watercolors you can add water to bring the color back to life. In oil paints you can add the linseed oil that you get, but acrylic colors don't have any such material. There is one material that comes in the market called as extender, which just extend the life of the paints, but it does not bring the color back to life. Like if I add the extender to this color, if this color dries up in 5 minutes, it will take 15 minutes to dry. But yes, it will dry for sure. So then you get tube colors. These are a very thick quality of colors, and it gives you a texture of oil paints. And then there are these big acrylic paint boxes which are from Flash, or you can also get a Fevicryl or Camlin. But these are also nice because these are like ready to use. You don't have to use too much of water to use them. I like this color personally. If you have any questions, keep on posting them on the chats, and we will take our Q&A session at the end of the class so that all your questions are answered properly. After the acrylic paints, there is more to discuss about the colors, but since, as I already told, we only have 1 hour right now in our hands, so I'll just give you gist of everything. But we have a proper course for this, and I want to we will cover everything in very much detail over there in the course. Second thing that is most important to do your painting is the brushes. So you can see on the screen, I have lots and lots of brushes, and there is no single type of brush that you get in market. There are variety of brushes that you get in market, and each brush has a different use of its own. Because if you're going to use one single brush to do the painting, it is very difficult, and everything cannot be painted with a single brush. If there is this fan brush, it is used to make pine trees or the grasses and all, but you cannot paint the background with this if you want. The small brush or the detailing brush, if you see, these are used to do a very detailed art on your painting. If you are working on a portrait, so working on the eyes or giving the fine lines to your paintings, you can use this brush. But if you are going to plan to use this brush with the background to do the background, no, it will take you forever to complete the background with it, right? Similarly for the broader end brushes. Then there are around 14 to 15 types of brushes, which we will cover in detail. Which brush you should use, which brush is very much nice to use, which brush is good to begin with. Everything we are going to discuss in our detailed course, because of course if I am going to start with the brushes, this session is going to end with that only. Now, one more thing to discuss about the brush is that there are 2 types of brushes that you get in the market. One which is made up of the natural hairs, and the second one that is made of the synthetic fibers. So One thing that we need to keep in mind is that synthetic fiber brush is good to work on the acrylic painting because the natural hair brush, they absorb a lot of water, which is good for the watercolor painting, but not for the acrylic color one. Because in acrylic color, you don't require a lot of water, you just require a little bit of water so that you can just make a consistency of your paint. So synthetic brushes are good for your acrylic colors, whereas the natural bristles, these are used for good for your watercolor paintings. Then third most important material that you require for your acrylic painting is the surface, obviously, where you want to do the painting. And as I already said, that acrylic paintings can be, like acrylic paints can be used on any number of surface. Like even I can paint this table with it. But one thing that you need to keep in mind, if you're using acrylic paintings on a smooth surface like this, like a sheet or a plastic, it can peel off easily. So to avoid that peeling, you need to varnish your painting so that your painting is sealed and locked properly, and the colors are also locked in it properly. This is also this is an optional but an important step to your acrylic painting if you want to secure it for a long time, because after a particular time, not in 1 year or 1 month, but in a course of time, like 2 to 3, after 2 to 3 years, the colors of your acrylic painting, it will start to fade up. So to prevent that fading part, you need to varnish it with any varnish you can get in your market. The spray varnish is also available. This I have here is the liquid varnish with me. What does this do? That it gives a very nice shine to your painting along with sealing the colors, and it prevents them from peeling off from the surface. Then the essentials that you need for your painting is the palette, obviously, for mixing all the paints and creating the new colors and everything that you want. Your water, always carry water in 2 separate mugs with you. One for cleaning of your brushes, and the second one is to dilute your colors, because if you will use the same water that you're using to clean the colors, you will not get the desired shade that you want, because the water becomes black with cleaning of the colors, and the shade that you are trying to make will be a little bit of darker.